What's going on, Archivist? Welcome to the Archivist Almanac, a Grand Archive TCG podcast. I'm your boy Varni with my co-host Panzer, and he has a story to tell me that he dropped like 30 seconds before we started this about how I somehow apparently almost killed the Northwest Ohio Grand Archive community. So, Panzer, please do tell, what sort of influence do I hold in this community?
So, this is your fault partially because we rescheduled pod.
Oh, okay,
So,
I see.
pod was supposed to be on Tuesday, and I was talking to my playtest partners, and I was like, hey, if we don't pod tonight, fight me. Well, we didn't pod that night, and so we did some playtesting, and we're just dog walking my buddy up and down the street. There's no other way to say it. And he was having a crash out.
What did you hook him up with? Did you hook him up with gin? Straight starter
this
gin?
is for Digimon regionals practice. But this is the guy I gave the gin deck to.
Well, this is why, you need to whoop him with Digimon so that he sees, all right, cool, bet. Screw Digimon. I guess I'll just full send Grand Archive.
See, I tried to push that angle. He was like, fuck Bandai, fuck that. A little early in the 5 minutes, sorry. Squawked that one. But I'm like, yeah, we just gotta get good at GA and get some actually good pricing instead of our like break even on our $20 entry promos we're getting for regionals. And he's having his crash out, so I was like, all right, I'll just let him chill. And then like 20 minutes later, I get I'll give you your gin back on Thursday.
Damn.
I'm like, no, that's yours. You can keep it. You can keep it. We're chill now. Still letting him. Oh, geez. Is that... I've talked those up. I want some of those. Let me have those. Let me hold those.
These are so ridiculously awesome because they're like full metal. If you guys haven't seen them before, if I could try to get my camera to focus. There we go.
There you go.
These are like full metal. Like you could chuck
tight.
this at somebody and knock them out. And you get a full set, 4 non-random, 4 random. Just for entering regionals. That's crazy. Insanity.
We just get some alt-arts with some stamps on it for regionals, and even though I won,
I like,
you know what I got for winning?
What?
I get to wait for an email. That's what I get to wait for winning.
Oh, right, because they scuffed your pricing, didn't they?
Yeah, but we are the champ.
You are no John Cena. You are not the Intercontinental Grand Slam champion. Get that on up out of here.
Yo, I did take a leaf out of your book. I did run RK for it with one whole locals of playtesting. And we still beat mirror matches, so
Yeah.
You can
Pick
hold
up
these.
deck, play deck good, but
and no one can say it was an easy run either. I played straight meta the whole way through, and all the other guys I played with were still like in the top placings, just outside of the
listen, I'm not trying to like be like what's the word, like egotistic or anything, but I kind of will be. I know that like on any given day, if I actually tried, I would win another regional. Luck is half of the battle, for sure. Matchups, But if I tried, if I really wanted to, I could. I just don't give a shit.
It's fair. At this point, it's just for me to do it to prove it.
Right. Like, as the weeks go on, like Dan is like super upset that, not super upset, because he's going to watch. He's going to be like, I'm not super upset. But I just don't care about Digimon like that right now. Grand Archive is fun and Riftbound has been fun. And apparently there's a freaking regional coming up in New Jersey this coming Sunday that I had no clue about, that now I'm sitting here like, am I going to another regional?
Is that a GA regional or a Riftbound regional?
A Grand Archive regional.
All right. But
like, I didn't realize how many regionals there were in the area because I thought they were already over with. This whole part of the continent doesn't exist, It's like down south and over west.
That was the one good thing about when I was back on the Magic grind is the Midwest just got hooked up constantly. Like the West Coast were the ones that were getting scraps because Star City is based out of Roanoke. So
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
November 23rd. Yeah, I didn't realize. Final Turn Gaming.
Next weekend, isn't it?
No, this coming
weekend. Yeah, this weekend's the 22nd, 23rd.
Clifton. I don't know. Maybe I'll be there. It depends if I feel like. See, all right, so here's my problem. Before we talk about the topic of today, here's my problem. I have been stuck on Crux Lorraine for the longest time. You guys should have seen it by now. I put out a Scrubs perspective on Crux Knight Lorraine. And I love that deck. But I also equivalently love Tony. But I feel like I'm the epitome of like the brain dead fire player. Because if I cannot draw cards, what am I supposed to do?
All right, I got you, fam. I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You play Tony right now.
Right.
Because you want to play Tony. And right. I know you want to be a special little snowflake. I know you.
Only partially.
You put the Crux down for a little bit.
Right.
You let that Crux withdrawal build up. And then new Merlin drops and you get your fix.
See, here's the thing, right? The reason I don't put down Crux is because I actually enjoy it so much. But I took Crux apart, Crux Lorraine, and Crux Lorraine is now Crux Merlin, which is even worse because now I want to play Crux Merlin. And I don't
even want to play. You need to just buy more cards so you can have both built.
I should yes, I kind of have been thinking of maybe potentially spending money on Ghost of Pens so that I don't have to switch between decks. You know, it's only like $50 right now. What's another $200 for another playset?
I mean, you're out here buying CSRs. I don't think you can really complain about a $40.
I'm not buying any CSRs right now. Now, talking about CSRs, let's talk about spoilers. Because, I mean, we talked about it the last time, but there are most certainly 2 spoilers I absolutely have to get my hands on. Number 1 is Treacle Drowned Mouse, which I'll pull up here. Can I pull up this image? I guess I can. Oh,
you're obligated to rep the mouse.
I am obligated to rep the mouse. I can't blow these up. All right, hold on. I gotta open up Shout at Your Decks, latest spoilers, and then we're going to share a screen. And this is gonna be here. All right, so number 1, the mouse. That's not as big as I want it to be. I want it to be bigger. So 1 second. I'm gonna hate myself when I'm editing this. Here we go. Treacle Drowned Mouse. Look at how beautiful he is. He is such a cute boy. And you know what? He goes right along with the other card that I most certainly, absolutely, positively have to get my hands on, which is this Alice Phantom Monarch CSR. Not the CUR, which is nice, but Yandere Crazy Bitch energy is the energy for me. And to play her with the Treacle Drowned Mouse, we get the best of both worlds, you know? So
I'll 100% play Alice because I've read the card. But if I call a CSR, I'll send it your way.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll just turn that into actually, having
turn it into
collection.
More cards.
Yeah,
right.
I'm a little behind still.
Listen, the collection scene in GA is like being in Digimon. I felt like I wasn't like highballer because like I've seen some highballer people. They're like, but I feel like I was like up here maybe in GA. I'm just like, you see, I'm not even on the camera. Like the collector scene is crazy. My next CSR I want to get my hand on outside of those 2 is a Gloamspire Black Market. Because I haven't been able to find one, and it's going right into Tony. Going right into Tony.
I was on the fence about the Tony just because it was the first one I pulled, and in Digimon I've hung on to the first 2-star I pulled and the first SP I pulled. The first regular rare pull it was an Impmon, so I had to hook up Burrito.
Fair.
But I'm probably gonna let Tony go. It'll go to a good place if it goes. And then I can get some other good stuff.
Yeah, you will. All right, so cards. There's a fair bit to talk about. The most of what we've seen so far are basically Merlin support. We saw some. It's on the tip of my tongue. Cardistry. I forget what their archetype is called though. They have like an actual archetype. It is suited. There we go. We got suited support. Obviously, both Alice support, like Alice Chessman, as well as Alice Spectre support. And then Diana support. That's like the 5 big things that we've seen outside of, well, I already said Merlin, yeah. So to start off, I think one thing I want to talk about is the Spirit of Purity right here. So I think this card is like
low-key goated.
Kind of crazy, right? So we haven't, to date in GA, outside of draft format, because I think draft, you have your nameless champion, which is also elementless, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, or maybe it enables all elements for you. I don't remember. But in constructed play, there has been no spirit that is just norm. It's either been fire, water, or wind. And if I'm wrong on that, you can correct me in the comments.
Technically.
Sure. If I'm wrong on that, correct me in the comments. But I don't believe there has been. Because even like the Prismatic Spirit, I believe that's a draft format card.
Slime is a norm spirit, but it's technically
all. Oh, right. So there's slime. Sure, whatever. We're not counting slimes out here. Because you get, we're not counting slimes.
No.
This is...
It's a really good one. The release is insane.
Spirit of Purity. On enter, draw 7, just like your regular spirit, and then a lineage release. Each player banishes 2 cards from their graveyard. So this is kind of crazy because the norm element is always enabled for you. It doesn't matter what you do, it is always enabled. So the moment that you go into a level 1 champion, your lineage release is active. And the moment that like your opponent's like, all right, cool, turn 1, I'm gonna put Liminal Guide and Floating Memory in my grave, you can just be like lineage release. Make them banish 2, and you might not have anything just yet, but that's fine. You just got rid of a Liminal Guide and a float. They don't get a free level, and they don't get a free draw and a free body. Like, y'all thought Thurible was insane because Thurible is really good. It's not on this list, but we do know that Thurible's coming out. This is even more cracked because those aggro decks, like, sure, they're not going to be able to play their fire, their wind, or their water. But I'm not going to say positive. But I've seen the card pool. I've went through it. I feel like there's more than enough to justify just playing a norm element deck, which is going to be a first. Now, you can obviously still play advanced element cards because, or sorry, not advanced element. Let me rephrase that. Basic element is what they're called. Because there is a domain, and I'm going to try to remember the name of it. I'm not going to remember the name of it, so we're going to search for it live here. There is a card that enables elements for you. It's a domain, and it requires you to reveal, is it Prismatic Sanctuary? Reveal if it's not fire. Oh, no, it's not. Are you
thinking of Imperial Seal?
No, it was Prismatic Sanctuary. Well, I mean, yes, Imperial Seal does the job. It enables it for you once. Prismatic is what I was thinking of. Just not in the way that, I mean, you can still end up playing like your fire, water, wind element cards. You just have to find Prismatic Sanctuary. But guess what? If you play the Looking Glass, you can play Chamber of Reflections so that you can play your Prismatic Sanctuaries. That way, you start with Looking Glass on the field. If you open into your, what's it called? Your Chamber of Reflections, drop that next turn, pull out your Prismatic Sanctuary, and as long as your fire, water, wind ratio of cards is pretty decent, you're going to be able to keep that up and have fire, water, and wind always enabled for you, which is kind of crazy, in my opinion. I think that's really good.
I think we might see the new Norm Spirit underneath all of the like basic element champion lines. You could very easily put it in like a Vanny deck or something.
Yeah, because Vanny, Nico, and Polcock can I mean, cool. I get to do what I was trying to do and even cuck you a little bit more along the way, like.
It's even in like value for Nico later, because you can pop it just to get 2 more banishes for your effect.
That is correct. That's really good. Yeah, Spirit of Purity. It's an SR. Watch out. This is gonna be like in my opinion, I don't know. Actually, I don't know because Phantom Monarchs is coming in an actual 6 booster box case, I believe is what it is. And so you're going to be getting 24 packs instead of the 18. And there's the MSRP adjustment. So I'm assuming the ratios have been adjusted. So I don't know. But I would just assume that these are going to be like fragmented, like the Serene and well, those are the 2 good ones because unfortunately Fortuitous isn't that good. But I think it's going to be along those prices. Maybe not on drop. I can tell you guys, like if you're trying to pick up cards, you'll want to pick it up like on set drop and maybe like up to a week after. GA is different from other games. Over time, stuff definitely rises. It does drop. Like you might see a drop over like the course of 1 to 2 weeks, but like if you look at the price of some stuff now, they've just went up, especially as DTR is particularly in North America, hasn't been like widely like not distributed because like everybody got their orders, but there isn't a lot of DTR to like go around here. Like you can find it, but at the same time you kind of can't. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind.
It's not helping with the Looking Glass price at all.
Exactly, Looking Glass price. And I can tell you, you know what, Looking Glass, let's talk about why Looking Glass is freaking exploding. Where is she? Right here. Diana, Haunt Reminiscence.
That thing's cracked.
So, first of all, this is keyword right there is a distortion. All right. What does that mean? Let's go look up our Looking Glass really quick. Just in case you happen to not know, your Looking Glass ignores elemental requirements of distortion cards you play. So boom, Diana is going to say, cool, I can play this 3-cost 2/4 ally for free, essentially, air quote. You don't have to get up to Umbra is what I mean. To top it off then, it's not only a 2/4 ally, it has class bonuses for Ranger. So those Ranger ally decks are about to punch even harder. Diana has range 3+X, where X is 3 times the amount of curse cards in your champion's lineage. And then also, curse cards in your champion's lineage lose all abilities, which is insanity. There is a card, is it Perilous Mend? Yes.
There's 2
Perilous Mend.
curses in.
Put any amount of, now this one isn't a distortion. So this one is, you would have to be Umbra to be able to play this. However, let's just talk about this real quick. Put any amount of curse cards from your hand and or memory on the bottom of your champion's lineage in any order and recover X or 3s, blah, blah, blah. If your champion is distant, draw a card. Take your curse cards, throw them under. Let's say you have a total of like 3 to 4. I feel like that's a reasonable amount to have if you're ratioing it. 3 to 4 you throw under. So that means this Diana, when you play it, is going to be ranged 6 to 7, meaning that when you make it distant, this thing alone is going to punch you for 5, no, sorry, math. 9, which is insane to say. Now, of course, like on this Perilous Mend, you would have to be at Umbra. So it's kind of a fair payoff in that way. But I do believe there are other curse cards that you can tuck under in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And we don't even know what the rest of PTM looks like because this is not all of the cards at all. This is number 192 and we have gaps in between. So we could see...
I just saw the number. We're at 78 out of 192 now.
So yeah, there's over 100 cards still to see. I don't know the entire card pool, so y'all can let me know in the comments if there is something that would allow you to abuse this Diana even more. But I mean, it's gonna go crazy, even just as a base 2/4 ally where it has ranged 3. Because X can still be 0, but you make her distant, and it's still going to be a 5/4 ally. Is nuts. And then we're talking about that. Go ahead, Panzer. You got something to say?
I was saying, the other great thing about Perilous, if you're going back into an Umbra Diana, is I'll need some help with the name of it, but there's the one card that you draw based on your curses, and then it subtracts from your influence, I believe. So since Perilous Mind can yeet all of your influence in, then you can turn that card on.
I don't recall. I think it's a CL card, right?
No, it's a Diana one. It's an old Umbro one.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I know CL has something similar. I don't recall what it would be. I'm not gonna look for it here and bore everybody with us browsing.
Yeah, it'll take a while. The only other point I was gonna make is Diana being distortion, so that you can run her in any boots build, really.
Right. So okay, boots, right? Because boots is ranged 4.
3 or 4, yeah. I think it's 4.
So ranged 4 with your ranged 3 is 7, plus your 2 is 9. Where was I getting my math from before? My math before was off. I think I was talking about putting the Umbra cards in, but oh yeah, so base 5-4, and then if you run boots 9-4, but because you're running a freaking Looking Glass build, you can run the Cheshire Cats, so you can play Cheshire, banish that, activate boots ability, yep. And that is now ranged. That's 4, 8, 11, 13.
Yeah, boots can already high roll a turn too. Now they just have another good range unit for it.
Right, exactly. It's insanity. That's crazy. Kind of interesting, to be honest. I'm not like, I don't care for that style of deck, but I do love any bit of deck diversity that we can get our hands on. So it's pretty nifty. But in talking about that Diana, there's another card here that I saw that I hadn't seen before.
Ethereal Projection?
Spoiler. Where is it? And it's supposed to
be. There's the Astro one that's absolutely insane.
It's not here? Question mark? Do I need to? It's not here. Wait. Right, it's a UR. It's a UR. That's why. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ethereal Projection. I'm gonna zoom in just a touch. All right. Not a distortion, so you do need to be playing level 3 Diana. But wait, why am I talking about this card, Panzer?
Because you love Diana and it's really good.
I mean, oh yes, I missed the last wording there. I don't love Diana anymore, unfortunately. Tony has taken my heart. Okay, real talk. Tony has taken my heart. I love that deck.
Pectorals, wasn't it?
Honestly, if I had played this game during ALC, I definitely would have gotten all freaking 3 of Tony CSRs, because that deck plays so fucking fun.
Shirt or shirtless? Tell the people.
Tony B for sure.
Okay.
Yes, Tony B. I don't discriminate. Give me Tony B, all right? Shit.
I just wanted to know how degenerate you were gonna be. That's all.
Listen, I said I play this game for waifus, but don't you mistake it. I'll play a game for husbandos. Don't you fuck around with me. Anyways, Ethereal Projection. You do have to play Astra Diana, but that's fine. So obviously, I think one of the really cool parts about it is that it has Ether Calling, which means that when you're looking at it while you're glimpsing, you can pay the cost and play it, right?
No, that Aether Calling is the one that tucks. Star Calling is the one that plays.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I got my Diana mechanics mixed up. Yes, because it has the power indicator at the bottom. You could tuck it under and then use it as a spell. So I think that actually makes it even cooler, because you're not necessarily losing anything for like kind of playing this in an Astra Diana build, where if you're trying to focus on a little bit more of that unique ally Diana, you can run 3 to 4 of these, no problem, especially because they're not unique, so you can play all of them. This enters as a copy of any Ether Wing weapon you control, except Ranger allies you control can attack using this weapon. So any Ether Wing weapon you put out, obviously most people are going to go for the one with Spell Shroud, which I believe is Mana's Cascade. Or is that the other one? That's the other one.
The water one that glimpses a bunch?
Yeah, and I'm not going to remember the name of it.
I don't remember either. I just know it's the one you just put in the field as soon as you go level 1.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's all it is. Here, we'll find it in just a second. It is, drum roll please, Aqua Mirage Whisper. Here we go. So base 1/3 weapon, which is fine, but it has Spell Shroud, which is super important because you've now put this Fantasia on that also has Spell Shroud, that also allows that Diana to use this, which also means that when you play the Aqua Mirage, or when you play the Ethereal Projection, and it becomes the Aqua Mirage Whisper, you can now start loading your Ether Calling cards underneath the what's it called? Underneath, it, because it's a copy of it. So then this Diana, when it hits you, is going to punch you for the 3. Let's say you're distant, right? 3, 5. Let's say you boots 9. Let's say you Cheshire Cat 13, 14 with whatever spells you have underneath. Could be anywhere from, it could just be base 14, but it could be 14 up to freaking, one-shotting you, 25, 30. And then on top of that, because the base, this one is only looking at the amount of damage dealt by the hit, you're going to look at base 14 cards on a glimpse is cracked.
Here's the actual crazy thing that I've thought of. I just have 2 more spoiler cards I hadn't seen from now, and I'm reading them while you're talking.
Yeah.
You get a copy of this.
Okay.
You get to set up a gigantic glimpse off the first swing, and you have the copy. So here's how it'll work. Is we have Starstrong Reading here and Cosmic Focus. So you're kind of able to do like an Arisana Go Infinite of sorts. So you just glimpse an astronomical amount with that first hit. If it gets blocked or intercepted, you still get to just reload everything into the other weapon. And now whatever ranger unit you have in play can just use that weapon to go for the second attempt at it.
Wait, either charge cards you look at while glimpsing the next 3 times this turn have either calling. If your champion is distant, glimpse 4, okay. And then if your champion is distant, they gain ranged 4, otherwise they become distant. Put Cosmic Focus into its owner's deck 4th from the top. Ah!
Yep, it just sees it every single time.
Wow.
Now, you've played Astrolabe. I can't recall if that has any kind of class restrictions that Diana couldn't use it, other than the hoop of having it come out last.
No,
it doesn't. We're gonna get some fluffy shopkeeps up in here.
Now that is some real spice right there, bro. That I love. First of all, I love Astrolabe. This card is so much fun. I don't care if this makes RE worse to play. Like, I don't play to get this out. I just play to, oh, cool, I was able to get this out. Well, you're dead. Like, this card is stupid. But that combo, that's pretty nutty. Those are some good Astra Diana cards. I don't know if it's enough to make people want to play Astra Diana though, just because inherently you're going to need to get up to level 3. I still think like Diana level 2 is great. Going into level 3 is not a bad thing, and I think that makes it better. But then
this
they're just going to be like
level 3 kill your opponent.
It does, but then you could also just play Looking Glass and be like, all right, cool. 20 one shot,
That's a really good ranger unit to be able to swing with your second copy of the weapon.
Exactly. It's nutty. So Diana
playing Looking Glass, that makes your material deck 1 card smaller earlier.
Exactly.
Astrolabe.
Yes. So that is Diana enjoyers, you are eating good, because golly, I mean, even this card is good. Like, this card is I kind of thought about this for Ari, because there's some cards that Ari can use, I believe I saw. But this summons an Astral Shard token, and as a spell, you rest it, and you deal X damage where X the amount of Astral Shards you control. You have weapons that generate Astral Shard tokens.
Radiant does it too, don't you?
Right? And you have a Spirit, not Radiant Reputation. I definitely typed Radiant Vega. Is it this? It's not this. There's a weapon that generates it. It's the Pleiades.
It's the one that's Pleiades, yeah. It's the big ballista.
On attack, Astra Element, either charged cards in the intent gain on hit, summon an Astral Shard token. So if you full send, the only problem is this doesn't have Spell Shroud. And it is a 0 cost Regalia, which means it's susceptible to reduce to ash as well as fracturize. However, let's say you can protect it because you're presumably playing water, you have negates. If you're able to smack your opponent with like 4 or 5 either Astra Element Ether Shards and summon 4 or 5 Astral Shard tokens, this is going to summon another one. You have 6 Astral Shard tokens, and then this just does 6 damage. Tap for 6 damage. It feeds into the strategy. I don't know if you'll play it, I think what would have made this card cracked personally is if it had, well, I guess it's mage. I guess I can understand it, but I would have given this like some, what is it? It's not either calling, it's star calling, right?
Star calling, yeah.
I would have given it star calling for like 1. Or star calling for its cost. I think that would have been insane.
Maybe then, yeah. But I don't really want that thing getting fast activated end of turn with star calling though. That's
I know that'd actually be really nasty as I'm thinking about it, because that could snowball. Because if you see, no, with star calling you pay and then you have to bottom deck the rest of them, which is fine. So at least if you see like 2 or 3, you can only play 1. But if I mean, in this, that would have been nasty if that had. I think that would have been a really great way to play Astra Diana. You play to get the Gemini Starbearer out and summon a whole metric ton of Astral Shard tokens, which, mind you, the Astral Shards are really cool because they're all little Glimpse 2s, which for Diana is really useful. So they sit there as you generate them, and you can use Gemini Starbearer to get use out of them and just ping. And then when you actually need to glimpse, you pop 1 glimpse 2, pop 1 glimpse 2, pop 1 glimpse 2. Like, I like that. Astra Diana enjoyers, you guys are eating good. I wish I could join you. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to play all of these decks that I want to play. So Astra Diana. Oh. What's up? Go ahead.
So who's our other Astra champion?
Ari.
Is she a cleric?
She is a cleric.
Well, wouldn't you fancy that? Wouldn't you look at that nice card right next to it?
So this is the other card I was talking about, Stardust Oracle. So this is, I personally am very interested in this. So you're already playing a lot of Astra Element cards in Ari. You're already at like a minimum of 18. So it's not wild to think that you can just imbue 2. So as long as it's imbued, it has stealth. No Spell Shroud, unfortunately, so it's no Cheshire Cat. But it's a stealth 1/3, which is problematic for a fair amount of decks to deal with. And at the beginning of your end phase, you summon an Astral Shard token. Class bonus. Well, hey, Gemini Starbearer. You keep summoning those Astral Shard tokens, and this can just come in and just ping you for damage in straight Ari fashion. Now, this is going to require you to play more Astral Element cards, because obviously you'll probably play, I'd assume, 3 of these. And you want at least 3 of these. Don't ask me where we're finding space for that in Ari. But if you had wanted to, I'm sure there are other cards that generate Astral Shards of some sort for Ari to be able to take advantage of. But that's what I thought when I saw that. I was like, ooh, I can play Ari just a little bit differently. Like a Cosmic Bolt's definitely still for the win, because that's just such a freaking funny and goated end strat. But then I can also use this because Gemini Starbearer doesn't need to target the champion. It can just target a unit, which means you can still, wipe off allies, which is really nice. Mm-hmm. Now, it's as a spell, so this can't touch things with Spell Shroud. But cool cards, really cool cards. I like those a lot. There was something else I saw here, not for Ari or Diana, but there was one thing I saw that I wanted to, is it this? I was going to bring that one up. If you're playing Seal and your opponent runs out of ways to get rid of a Regalia, you just say, I win now, because you can't kill me. Right, like if CL, because CL can freaking survive. But you know what the thing is with CL is, right? It probably kills you faster than you're ever able to use this. Realistically talking. I played against, shout out to Darth Revens. She is my co-admin for our Riftbound community marketplace server that we have. But she played this CL deck against me, because she also plays GA. And freaking the one turn she went into CL3, it was heavy swing. So I gotta remember the math on how it all adds up. But I know heavy swing is for like 7. This Servile Possessions gave it an extra 2, so that was 9. Inert Sword for 3, because it was 2 plus class bonus, is 12. And then there was 3 more coming from somewhere. I don't remember where it was coming from. Oh, I think she might have had a Beguiling Coup in there. That gave it an extra 1. Anyways, the first one hit me for like 15. For somewhere between 13 and 15. And then the next turn, she played the Beguiling Coup. No, she didn't play Beguiling Coup. There's one that takes the base stat. I can't remember which one takes the base stat, but CL has one that takes the base stat and applies it. And then you're just like, oh, cool. Yeah, I guess I am dead. Because they just kill you in 2 turns if they get there, which is not impossible because they're a guardian. And they've, Umbra is a really good element to be like, I want to play just a little bit control-y, stay alive until I can just slice you down.
This new one could be an interesting tech piece if you just have room in the Regalia deck or material deck just for it, because it can just be an I can't lose button against some matchups, I guess.
It can be.
I think if you're not trying to bonk your opponent in 2 hits and you want to play the Fantasia, what kind of card was it? The one that just drains your opponent every time they play something that matches.
Sortire Vortex.
Yeah. So you could go with if you want to play like a really grindy control, you could run that and the Fractal that drains.
Nah, I got it, Panzer. I got it. You just have to play a turbo build, right? And you just run 4 Incarnate Majesties for nobody's freaking reason because it's 12 reserve cost. I think that's the highest reserve cost on the card we have.
It's 15 for the.
Which one is 15?
The Oblation build is already running 15 to be able to kill Starius.
Oh, Advent. There you go. Yeah. There you go. The Advent builds are just going to be like, cool. I'll just throw all my Advents in my reserve. And then I'll trigger this. So now I have Spell Shout and Stealth. And then I'm just going to Baleful Oblation you and can't do anything about it. Bro, that's crazy.
It's a little spooky.
Damn. That is... that is nutty. Oh. It requires them to manipulate a bit, but even if you get 2 Advents in your freaking banishment, that's 30. So whatever else you put in is just going to be like, cool.
What does Baleful do with the card after you use it? I haven't played the build.
It doesn't do anything with the card.
Oh, it just looks at it. Okay, so once you have 1 in there, you're good. So Baleful's not going to
once you
turn
have
off
1, but what you need to do is you need to you use a combination of Orb of Sealing and some other things to manipulate your omens, because you need to make Advent your lowest. And if you do Orb of Sealing, you'll the other 2 cards are removed from public information, so the game doesn't see them as the lowest reserve cost. So that's how they ping you with the Baleful. So
they can also just choose to never put anything else into Omen if they wanted to, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously you get benefits from putting stuff in Omen because you're still playing CL and you can still just inert Sword, or if you're not playing Looking Glass build, there's a hammer I really like. I can't remember what it's called. But you have Impact Hammer. You have another hammer that can be like hit you for 4 or 5. Impact hits you for I think 3 or 4. Yeah, Impact hits you for 3. So like they can still they have like
it's
death 5,000 cuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they get to the point with this,
the only tricky part with this one with the Oblation is they're gonna either have to find 3 Advents.
Yes.
Or something plus 2 of them to hit that 33. And then they have to do some shenanigans to actually kill you with Baleful.
I think like the whole thing about it is if you're not like, if you can't hit the Baleful kill, or if you can't hit the Baleful one shot, then you're just like, all right, I'll just materialize Folded Shadows. And then just, obviously as long as your opponent doesn't have a way to deal with it. If they're fire and their main decking reduce, or they have the Unbroken Mustangs because maybe they're wind and nullifying mirror, like those are things you have to worry about. But if they're not, and you get this Folded Shadows out because you can't kill with Baleful, it's like, all right, cool. Well, you're never going to be able to touch me. So, and unfortunately, I hate to say it this way, but like in a game where your opponent literally can't touch you because they're not main decking removal, and you now have Spell Shout and stealth, you might as well just play for the game 1 win.
Yeah. The other good thing is with CL is if you're going on that build, you could just get your Baleful and your Advents into your only Omens turning that thing on, and then just release to use the Baleful whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly. So that card, like, I don't see it being, it's nice that it's not going to be abused because, well, if it is going to be abused, but it's cool. Right, you have to like build around it, and it kind of shuts off some other things, which is good because of stuff like Baleful. But it's a cool card nonetheless, especially for a Guardian. Kind of crazy for a Guardian as well. But you know what? I'll take an untouchable Guardian because, you know, Tony.
I think I like that, you know. The card that'll actually get more traction out of CL is going to be that new Ombre card he's got coming.
Yeah. Is it? Not it's
a full art. It's a UR.
Oh, okay. Awaken Ombre. Yeah, so when this got unveiled, I know I was talking with a couple people in a Discord, and they were like, I don't necessarily see how this is like worth it. Let me tell you where this is worth it. Let me tell you where this card is freaking busted, okay? There's one key word here. Panzer, do you know what the key word here, what we're looking for?
It just puts any ally omen into play.
Put.
Yeah.
Put is the key word. Not activate, not materialize, put. That means you have this lovely card that everybody hates called Ghost of Pendragon that says on enter, return a regalia you control the owner's deck. If you do, draw 2 cards. Well, guess what? If you play Awaken Ombre, it says X plus X, where you put X target ally omens you have onto the field rested. So 2 is the magic number here, right? You're going to put 2, so you're going to pay 4, a total of 6. Yes, you're going to pay 2 more than a standard Ghost of Pen, but you're going to put 6 cards down. You're going to play out 2 Ghost of Pendragon. 1 ghost is going to see your Looking Glass, because that's probably what you should have. The other ghost, let's say it sees your, I don't know, whether it's an inert sword or some other regalia, and you're now going to draw 4 cards. So you have now paid, you've put 1 card down to draw 4 cards and get 2, 3, 4 allies on the field. And next turn, guess what? You're just gonna snowball, because if they get killed and you have another one of these, all right, cool. And they go to banishment, or they go to grave, and then you banish them, and then you awaken Ombre again, and then you return it. Like, this is your in archetype use of any ally you want. Crawl, you know, crawl. You don't have to pay this additional cost to activate, because you're not activating it, you're putting it. So crawl comes on as a 6/8 intercept spell shroud. You can't target it with spells. True sight and vigor, so it can target stealth units, and it's going to wake up whenever you attack with it. And you're not paying the 5 cost either. You're going to pay this low cost of at least 4 to put it onto the field. Guess what another one is?
Jabberwocky.
I'll get to Jabberwocky in just a second. Overlord also has Intercept, Spell Shroud, and True Sight. Only difference is this one has Steadfast. So if your opponent tries to swing into it, you get to retaliate while you're rested. All right, cool. And then if you are playing Automaton cards, because it's not unreasonable to play Automaton cards in a Guardian deck, you can banish something and put a buff counter on Overlord Mark III and draw a card.
Fire Automaton Seal. Because then you also get
Automaton Seal.
What's his name? The guy who just like burns. Yeah, the guy burns.
No, not Furnace Drone. But Furnace Drone is good. Because Furnace Drone.
Yeah.
Oh no. It is this one. Okay. Yeah. Taunt. Deal 3 damage on death, because Guardian. It's a 3/4 taunt.
Also gets around having to pay for him.
It also does get around having to pay for him. That's correct. You could put 2 of these on the field. And you have 2 taunts that say, cool, when I die, take 3 and then take 3. You know?
There's literally a Hearthstone deck that worked like that. It just kept putting up things that said, hey, these are in the way, and if you kill them, your face is going to melt.
Yep. This card is so insane. I hate that. I love that GA 60 cards, because I already think about my deck composition and I'm like, where am I putting this? I don't know what I'm taking out to fit this card in, but I'm definitely going to play like at least 2 of these. But then you're playing this. I mean, it's kind of okay for me because I run my build with Marianne. I love Marianne because she takes, hold on, I gotta type it correctly. She takes on a bunch of keywords as long as your omens have it. So Vigor, Ambush, Intercept, Steadfast, Stealth, Spell Shroud, Taunt, and True Sight.
We're omening Crawl and making her a monster.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I do. She gets +1 power for each omen you have, a different reserve cost. So I run basically everything in my deck. So she gets to be pretty beefy. She gets to be like essentially a 3, on average, like a 2 or 3, 4. And then she also has those keywords. So she has the spell, because of Crawl, she'll have the Spell Shroud, the Stealth, the Intercept, and the True Sight, whatever it is. I also run Overlord so that I can just give her the extra Steadfast keyword as well. Like, I love this build of CL. So like this, obviously if you pull them out of your omens, Miriam loses those. But I mean, hey, I'd rather have the actual allies on the field that are big and beefy, because Overlord is like a 5/5, and then Crawl is a 6/8.
And then CL also has a new a fire attack that hits pretty hard for up as low as a cost of 1. It does 6.
That attack is crazy. Inverted Pyro Slash.
I don't care if I'm taking 5 if I kill you.
So exactly. So this thing is going to be 2 less for each of up to 2 fire element omens you have, which is not. The first card I banish is a Cremation Ritual. And then the second thing is probably like a Hasty Messenger. And that's already a 3 cost, and it's a fire element card. So it's basically the equivalence of what's it called? Heavy Swing. But Heavy Swing is obviously heavily costed, right? It's a 6 cost, and then it's a class bonus. It costs 2 less to activate. So it costs 4, and it basically requires you to put down your hand. Whereas Inverted Pyro Slash is only going to require you to just, you attack once, then you can hold up cards for whatever you want to hold up cards for. Yeah, you're going to take 5, but I mean, we're a Guardian deck. We can heal. We've got taunts. Unless you're going to die to like, getting burned otherwise, in which case you wouldn't even probably be using this card. You'd probably just discard it instead of trying to take that damage. But this with Impact Hammer hitting for 9 is nasty, because then on the following turn, if they hit you with another one, you're dead. Like they'll have taken 14 damage, which is also funny to say, but you took 19. 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, sorry. 18. So unless you're leveling up, you die. I mean, and that's pretty much how I died to CL, because they hit me with the 15 and I was like, all right, I'm good next turn. Surely they can't do it again. They did it again. CL is nasty. Also, this makes me like really happy, because for new players getting into the game, I feel like there's no better deck to recommend them, in my opinion, than CL. I think CL is such a versatile champion. It doesn't matter that he's a Guardian. He can be aggro, he can be defensive, he can be control, he can be burn. Like, it's so moldable. If you're a longtime GA player, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like CL is the most versatile of all the champions that we've ever had. And obviously, I haven't played in the past, so I wouldn't know. But with what he's capable of doing, he can do anything you want. And in that way, I love recommending this deck to new players, because I'm just like, yeah, go buy 4 Cremation Ritual and 4 Creative Shock, and then you're good. That's your upgrades. Have fun. Whatever you pull from your packs, have fun. Like, yeah, you'll want dungeon guides. Yeah, you'll want, I don't know, freaking GCRs and some other stuff, or you get 12 draw cards if you run the Hasties. Call it a day. You've now got a super consistent deck that can punch your opponent in the face, or you can survive, or you can do whatever you want. You can play defensively, you can stall them out. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, you could play Water CL, because that's what Darth Evans was playing. She was playing Water CL, so she had negates. You've got Toads. So first of all, you've got this blubbering motherfucker who's so freaking annoying. You got the 0/4 taunt floating memory frog. And now
that's not even the best frog in the set.
Right. Well, so here's your DTR frog, and now here's your PTM frog. This is just one of them. Obviously, you can only play this Exalted Element. He's going to have floating memory, be a 3/4. So he gets to swing, and then you can wake him up and have him gain taunt. But
this is the best frog.
1 cost, 1/1, floating memory.
Yep.
Not class locked.
Oh.
Drop the frog, ping the frog. Your opponent deals with the frog is now paying for memory cost.
Yeah,
Your opponent doesn't deal with the frog.
With this 1 every turn.
You're getting 1 every turn. Like, frogs. Who made these damn frogs so good? Where's my frog tribal deck? I actually won't be upset about this if we get some sort of frog champion, or I know some people want Alan to come back and do something. You know what? Give me an Alan deck full of frogs and toads. Okay? Give me it. And then I won't be upset about Bullfrog. But these frogs are so insane. Like, it's not unreasonable to think that you might play this. I mean, this is basically what's it called? Her name is on the tip of my head. Frostborn Paladin without drawing the card. And you have to be, you know, advanced element. But if you're playing CL, water CL, and you're milling cards because, you know, it's a really good way to play CL, get your cards in trash. You can pull this back. I think that's another strength of CL, right? Versatility. The fact that whatever you mill, you can just pull it back, whether it's through Mansome or Ombro Chevalier, which is a card I really love because Ombro is a 3/3 that pulls your card back. So then you can get this back, play it, swing with it, 3/4. They do whatever with it. It's floating memory. They don't. You could just wake it up. It has taunt. And then to top all of that off, because we're talking about Water CL, you still have access to Obsequious Blow. Costs 1 less to activate for each omen you have.
Another really big hit bonk.
That's going to bop you for 7, but you don't even need to worry about this because now you play this with Beguiling Coup. You put another attack omen in the attacker's intent and trigger the on-attack abilities. So now, then first card your opponent activates costs 2 more to activate on champion hit. So, and then, oh, I was right. Beguiling does, because it's put it into the intent. So you do take that damage, right? Okay,
yep.
Duh. So, yeah, you take 7 from Obsequious, the 3 from Beguiling, whatever buffs you have, let's say 2 from the Servile Possessions, that's 12, and then 3 from your weapon is 15 on just the Obsequious Blow, and you're playing water, so you have your 0/4 Bullfrog, your Chamberlain Toad, your Croaking Webfoot. Like, that's a pretty tough frogs.
With Exalted,
with the Guardian.
Does it count as being another advanced element that requires an advanced element?
Yes.
So since it's an animal, it's the tamer ally, if let's say the Alan gets his own version of Sylvie where animals ignore advanced elements, could you just frog?
Are you talking about the Spirit of Slime?
Yeah, so like Sylvie 3 does the advanced elements
Sylvie
for
3.
slimes. So let's say we got an Alan who's not an advanced element, but he did that effect.
Ignore elements or requirements of advanced. So no. Well, if it's worded like this, no, because this says elements or requirements of advanced element, and this. Oh wait. Yeah. It is an advanced element. Sorry. Yes. You'd be correct.
I was wondering because just in case Alan ends up not being an advanced element, if he gets a 3 and got that effect, which who knows?
Who knows? Yes. Exalted is an advanced element. So yeah, it would work in that way.
Just ombre him out. Oh god, you can ombre him out, he wakes up, you swing, and then you wake his ass up again.
I mean, by the time you're activating ombre, you're already advanced elements, so
yeah.
That's good. Let's see. We got Spectre, not Spectre.
There's a lot of chessmen stuff, but that would take a minute to get through.
Yeah, and I don't have a good way to search them right now.
For the new suited, there's 7, 6, and somebody else.
There's somebody else.
There's what I'm missing.
I think there's 2
7 of hearts
or 2
7
sixes.
of spades and hearts, 6 of spades.
Okay, so 7 of hearts, Kindle, 7. It's such a crazy freaking number, but it is a 7 cost ally because it's 7 of hearts. Comes in as a 2/4. However, card's freaking cracked. Cardistry 7, and you already know cardistry costs 1 less to activate for each suited object you control with different reserve cost. Deal 2 damage to each unit target opponent controls. Doesn't sound like it's a lot, but if you're at the point where like this ability is only costing you 3, so let's say this comes in, you can even kindle this is the nice part. So whatever you're paying to get this out, or let's say it's chilling, and it's a 2/4, so it's not the easiest to remove. You pay, you deal 2 damage to everything, including the champion, but whatever allies are in the field, your other suited allies can wipe out, and then you're just swinging for the rest. And that 5 of spades is already beefy because he gets to go up to 6, I believe, for a turn.
Yeah, he's part of the turn 2 win.
Yeah, so that's nasty. The chance 7 of spades, before I get the chance, there is the 6 of spades. So stealth, freaking stealth on suited allies. You pay the cardistry ability, it loses stealth and gets +2 health until the end of the turn. So if your opponent, like, let's say they ping it, or let's say they, you're trying to cleave into it, because, cleaves are a big thing. Ability, gain 2 health. Unless your cleave is hitting for 6, it is reasonable to think that it might hit for 6, but there are ways that you can buff either the ally or, prevent the damage coming in. Then your 6 of spades ends up living. Chance says you pay the ability, and then he gains this ability, so it becomes a passive. Other suited allies get +1 power and have vigor, which is nastier. Because on that cleave attack, mind you, if everything is not rested, those allies can all retaliate on the cleave. So let's say it's freaking happened, but if you cleave and you hit like 4 allies, each with 1 to 2 damage or 1 to 2 power, you're taking like, let's say 6. This gives them all 1 more. So now you're taking 10 because they have vigor. Makes suited nasty. Absolutely disgusting. And Chance also has a CSR. Where's Chance's CSR? I thought he had a CSR.
He does.
Okay. I'm not blind. He's not here. Okay. He does have a CSR, because I do.
The signature on it is something.
Hold on, maybe
you'll like
Sylvie will have it real quick. Spoilers. Phantom Monarchs. Chance. That's trio cool.
You just went right past it.
I did?
Yeah. Up a little. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh gosh, it downloaded the image. All right, zoom. I can't zoom. Damn it.
It'll be there for post-op.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, that is a really nice CSR. I do like that. That is a wild signature.
Now, since you have that page pulled up, if you go up 1 more row, you can see another card that I'm really interested in.
Ticket to the Afterlife?
That's a good card too.
Oh, which one are you interested? Grave Goblin?
Ticket, yeah.
Oh, you are interested in Ticket. Okay. I was like, which card?
Lost Promise is good too, but Ticket's good. I like Ticket.
Yeah, so Ticket to the Afterlife. We'll go here and zoom. Yeah, this card. So 0 cost Regalia. I feel like this is the move to like main deck freaking main deck removal for Regalia, because activated abilities of Spectre cards in your grave cost 1 less to activate. You know what card I love? You know what's one of my favorite cards? I almost couldn't spell her name. Vengeful Paramour. It cost 4, but this would make it cost 3. Come in and deal 2 damage. It's not even the only one you can activate. I'm just saying that you can ephemerate, bring this on and deal 2, and then swing and deal 2. So this is basically a 3 cost 4 damage from your grave with Ticket to the Afterlife. And then Spectre cards you activate from your graveyard cost 1 less to activate. And then Alice bonus, you pay 2, rest it, and you banish a Spectre card from your grave to recover 2.
Good.
Why does Alice have so much freaking recovery? Oh, I know why. Because
she just domes herself for 7.
She domes herself. Oh, sorry, just the wrong
That's
Alice.
the new one.
That's shiny Alice. We need dark Alice.
That's the chessman one for the people who don't want to be emo.
Nah, she may dome you for 7. There is a world where she doesn't dome you for 7, obviously. She sits here as this 22. I think it's a decently good payoff for what this is, because I know a lot of people are afraid of like level 2 advanced element access. But one thing, I believe it was on Talk GA, they said this. It's an anomaly. So you don't get any class bonuses, which is very good. And it's 22 health. So you're about online with what most level 2 champions tend to be. And you might ding yourself for 7. You might not. But because there is no class bonus, because you're not getting anything for playing a bunch of cards that you could be playing for Umbra. For example, like Carter. Carter's a good card always, but that's a class bonus for Cleave, so he's never going to Cleave. I believe you can still play Siphoning Fractal.
His when an ally dies is really good for Alice, though.
Yeah, because Spectres, exactly. That's a good point. Siphoning Fractal has no class bonus, which is good, which is also nasty. It's actually really nasty.
I think the first wave of Alice is probably going to push into like a water allies, and then she just gives you extra value on them, because there's enough Spectres in water already too.
Yes.
And then you've got stuff
and
to
especially
offset
without Ryle, because you don't have Ryle to put things in. You now need to lean into its younger brother and less renowned brother, Lure the Abyss, which is going to put your Spectres into grave from trash. Honestly, I'll be real. I don't even think they're going to play this, because I think they'll just play like the other water cards that mill them. And then you're going to mill all your cards. And then you're going to use your Phantasmagoria to remill cards according to what you want. And get whatever you want whenever you want.
Yeah. And you get good healing in the water spirits too, because you get like Whisper Tail, which will recover you 3 when you need it, and then also draw.
Yeah.
And then there's the
Whisper Tail
I think since you want things coming back and dying, so you want access to something to die to keep putting. Phantasmagoria is for the haunt only cares about Spectre, right? Before I go too far down my rabbit hole idea.
Phantasmagoria. I will find it at some point.
I'll make my ramble anyway. The mermaid lady from Dawn of Ashes that comes back repeatedly. If it doesn't care about Spectres every time, I think it cares about Spectres though.
Non-Spectre cards, or whenever a Spectre ally you control dies. Yeah, there you go.
Damn. I was gonna say that one would be good if it didn't care about Spectres every time, but I can't remember her card. She was out of the first box I ever opened. I thought it was a neat effect. It's a water ally that just keeps coming back from the dead.
There are already 12 Spectre allies. Obviously, Alice is going to play 4 Liminal Guide. I'm so sorry if you are going to play Alice and this version of Alice and you don't have your Liminal Guides. I don't even want to know what these cards look like right now.
I think they're already like 40.
They went down after the Ryle hit, and they were around like 35, 40. But with Alice, because it's a Spectre, it doesn't even matter, right? The big thing about it doesn't matter that you don't get the ability after you go into Alice 2. What really matters is the fact that it's a Spectre, so it still matters for all your abilities. So you mill us the Liminal, it's not a dead card. Ticket to the Afterlife is still going to let you recover 2 off of it. You have the Phantasmagoria, which right here, put X amount of cards where X the amount of haunt counters on the bottom, and then you mill new ones. So, okay, cool. Liminal is dead to me. I'll just put it back to the bottom and mill new cards that, help me do whatever I'm trying to do. Like, I have spoken in the past. That's why I'm super excited for Alice, because I've spoken in the past about, I hope we get a Spectre-centric champion. And we got it. And I'm so happy that we have, because it's so freaking cool.
I'll build Spectre Alice. You build Chess Alice.
No. You build. I have to build Spectre Alice. I have Treacle that I have to get 4 copies of.
Now you only have to do a Chess for 1 game.
I do want to build them all. I have my Alice level 1. Another big thing to note real quick here. This Alice, she's Alice lineage, meaning that she can only level up from an Alice champion. And I don't believe that we have any level 3s in the game right now that...
I think there might end up being a golden Alice because the other Alice level 2 is Norm and goes into the chest line.
Right, exactly. We don't have any level 3s. I forget how to do all my things, but we don't have any level 3s that are going to be able to level up from this Alice because they either have lineage or they have to level from a former champion of lineage, blah, 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 whatever. So even though we probably won't get another Alice champion this set, RDO is coming up soon. And RDO, for those of you who don't know, is called Radiant Origins, right?
Yep, that's the Neo set, though. We're coping that's the Neo set. Neo set Lux Summer to rise up.
Radiant Origins is going to be the set that brings all 4 worlds together. And basically, it's called the capstone set because it's going to bring them all together and everybody's going to get support. I don't actually know if everybody's going to get support. There's a lot of champions to support, but if your champion has not gotten support, you can cope that you will get support in RDO because you should be getting support. Maybe that's where we'll get Alice level 3 because we already know that Merlin went on her tear and she fucked up the entire world on all the world lines.
You can say we can also cope that we can make Lubu work.
We can also cope that we can make Lubu work. My 4 copies of Lubu. I should get my hands on a Lubu CSR too.
Isn't there an event coinciding with the start of the RDO?
So what there is what I'm trying to get you to go to me with is in LA at Ascent Los Angeles will be the RDO set premiere. I've never been to a set premiere. In Akihabara coming up this weekend, there's going to be the PTM set premiere. And from what I've heard, the set premieres are freaking baller. So listen, I'm going to be tuning in.
It's LA.
We're going to spend all of our time there at the Ascent playing and talking and doing GA things. We're not going to be worried about LA, okay? It's not going to be like Digimon.
And we're both like 6'2 plus, so.
We'll be fine, you know? We'll be fine.
The only actual issue is if it ends up coinciding with me going to Worlds, because that might be in March. It's not announced yet. But there's always a chance I end up jumping on a plane to Tokyo and then going from Tokyo to LA and just playing cards on my backpack for a week straight. I don't know.
I guess we'll see. I'm super excited. I have my ticket for Los Angeles. I should actually book my stuff soon. But I'm super excited because I've never been to a set premiere. And Ascent Boston was fun, but Ascent Boston felt like a baby Ascent. It felt like a baby Ascent because we didn't have we had Core TCG as a vendor, but they were like brought in last minute, so they didn't have like all the stuff that they would normally have. And some of like the events and stuff were cool, but like I see like the stuff happening at Akihabara and I've seen stuff at like Niagara, and I'm like, damn, I wish I got
the side events I hear about sounds so cool. Like I was trying to hype it up to other people I'm trying to get in the game.
There's something for everyone. You get to either play starter decks or you can play constructed. There's the I scrubbed out of Ascent event. Starter deck events, man.
So I could play in the main event, get absolutely mollywopped as I know I will, and then go play starter decks where I belong.
No. This is what you do. You play in the main event. You get your ass whooped. You then go to play in the I scrubbed out of the main event, and you get your ass whooped in the I scrubbed out of the main event. Then you go play in the starter deck event so that you can say I scrubbed out of the main event and I scrubbed out of the I scrubbed out event, which is what I did because I scrubbed out of both.
That's just a lot of steps to end up in the kiddie pool.
It is.
Yeah, honestly, if I can get it together, which since PTM drops in December and it doesn't overlap with any Bandai products, thankfully.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. I should be able to get like Spectre Alice. Because Spectre Alice is like definitely up my wheelhouse after we did the My Life and Magic pod. Because that's just dredge, kind of. Like, that's a strategy I feel like I could just be like,
fair.
I don't really know everything in the format, but I know how to play this kind of a strategy in a game. And just see what that can carry me in Ascent. And that'd be actually kind of fun. I wouldn't mind seeing how far I could get.
Oh, there's one more card I want to talk about. I'm going to throw it up on the screen so I don't have to share screen again. But Vorpal's Sword.
Oh, I thought we were just going to not put that one in the Panzer is right jar.
We'll put it in the Panzer's right jar. I don't know how Panzer was right about it, but Panzer literally called it out on Discord. He was like, yeah, Merlin's going to get the Vorpal Sword.
Too. It was like a month
and
ago.
I was like, okay. Like, I don't understand why Merlin would get it. And I still don't understand why Merlin got it. Like,
to be fair, I did miss one point on it. I thought she would take the Jabberwocky with her before we got the whole backstory of her demon time, because I thought she was just on some plan of collecting swords and big monsters. And then after we saw that she was on demon time, and I was like, with Alice being all crazy now and her being the Jabberwocky thing, I was like, oh, maybe Seal will get it and it'll be like a graveyard removal. But I kept that one to myself and then remained right.
Yeah, I wish the Vorpal Sword, like for it being like the thematic card. I don't know anything about it, but like Jabberwocky is like, as long as somebody doesn't control Vorpal Sword, I'm untouchable. And the only thing that can play Vorpal Sword is Merlin. Crux and Merlin.
Specifically Merlin. So it's like, all of it is Merlin bonus.
No. You can play it in Crux. It's like you can play it with Lorraine so that you can have it out to the Jabberwocky. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you can Spirit Blade it out. You can use, what's her name? Lorraine has 2 champions. She has Crux Knight, which gets the buff for each sword management, but she also has Spirit Ruler, which brings out a 1 cost or less sword. So she can bring out Vorpal Sword, and then it's a freaking 3 power, 6 durability sword, where Spectre allies can't retaliate, which is still pretty good. You just don't get the Merlin bonuses, which is why it's crazy to me that it even has Merlin bonuses instead of just being like generic. Cause like, I don't know. I don't know. I have questions on that, but I don't know anything about like Alice or this sort of like lore. So who am I? What do I know?
Like the source origin, like the Looking Glass and all that.
Yeah,
that was what I was going off of. Was I was thinking Merlin's the big thing, collecting swords and monsters, and then Alice has a sword and a monster. So
right.
It wasn't that deep of a cut.
There are tons of things to be excited for in PTM, and you guys can prepare yourselves. There is, and you guys can prepare yourselves with over 200 cards in Phantom Monarchs. How do we even know where to begin? Thank you guys for letting me know that you have memorized my opening before I memorized my opening. Because I practiced that so much and I still didn't have it down perfect. I'll have you know, every one of those tier lists were recorded with a different intro. No intro was the same. I did not use the same clip. That was however many tier lists. Let's say I did 6. That was 6 individually recorded tier lists. Even if I sat down at one time to do them, they were all recorded on their own, okay? I'll make sure to change it up so that you guys won't know what's coming for the next one.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. Yeah, there's so much, and I'm super excited. This weekend is Akihabara, so we're going to know everything about PTM, meaning that this is going to be the set preview podcast. And then next week will be the set review podcast, because we're going to have everything. And
are we gonna go long on that one?
Yeah, we can go long on that one.
Okay.
Because we'll make it pretty comprehensive. So yeah, you guys are going to see this. I should have this out this week. And then you guys will see this before that. Yeah, I'll have this out for this Friday. And then next week we'll record the set review. That'll be out for next Friday. Or maybe I'll leave that for like the week of PTM release, because it's December 5th that it comes out. And then we'll get our hands on PTM, and then we'll play some PTM games, and then we'll be in PTM land where all the fun is to be had. So that is it for today's episode of the Archivist Almanac. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this episode, please do drop a like, drop a comment, letting me know what you're excited for come PTM, because it's going to be super fun. Lots to see and lots to do. And also let me know if you're in Akihabara, because I really want to know. I already know Japan's awesome. I really want to know how a set Akihabara is and how the set premiere is going to go for PTM. And most importantly, subscribe so that you guys know when future videos come out. But until we talk to you guys next week, thank you again and peace out.
Later, everyone.